with and so how does this play out with so Jarvis Landry, who Baker said that he'd had a conversation with. Jarvis and OBJ are longtime friends. I mean, obviously they played college ball together, now on the same team, have known each other for a really, really long time. Do we think that these receivers trust Baker Mayfield? Are they concerned that OBJ is with OBJ gone? Are they sort of because with any divorce or any separation, there's going to be natural side taking. So I guess I'm just wondering, how do we think the Browns roster and locker room shakes out in terms of siding with Baker or siding with Odell?
Good question. I would say that everyone is going to do their best to be professional. At the same time, everybody walks in the door at any place wherever they go with inherent biases, right? And so it's really just up to all players involved to, check that at the door and be professional and do, what they're paid to do. How it plays out on the field, on the football field during the games is another story. This is a really, really big game for the Cleveland Browns this Sunday.
Big game.
Big game. I mean, the pressure is on Baker. The door is open. Baker, the door is open. Mayfield, Baker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
you fall to 4-5, and you're starting to feel it. I mean,
and not only that, but it's not just the result of the game, but how the game plays out to that result. People are going to be watching. Well, we'll see if Odell is back. Will he play? How is Baker playing? How are the balls connecting? All these other things, that are occurring. And so I feel like it's a tough spot for Jarvis to be in. Obviously, his friend and teammate is going through, something that's not what they prefer. And, the source of some of that consternation is also his teammate and the person that throws him the ball. And by the way, targeted him, Jarvis 10 times in that same game.
Mm.
So it's a very interesting, complex situation, and we'll see how it gets resolved. But very curious just think about this, for the front office to issue the, you're excused. And then now calls have to take place as to whether you're going to come back and what it's so much. And then I hear that, certain calls haven't been made by certain coaches, and it's just a mess. It really is a mess.
For sure. Let me ask you this. Let's say that Odell is, for whatever reason, let go by the Browns. They're going to bring him back. They're going to keep him on the active. It would be crazy to keep him on the active roster and use him a roster spot a la the Texans. And we'll talk about them in a second. But let's say hypothetically he is let go. Are there any teams that you think would make sense for OBJ, or that would pounce all over OBJ if he became a free agent?
Yes.
Oh, all of them? 31 teams?
You said, are there any teams? I said, yes, there are. There are teams.
Do any teams come to mind that you think would be very interested? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. You could still operate. Yes, actually there.
Yes. I think, Green Bay could potentially be. I think Raiders could potentially be. I think Seattle potentially could be. I think New Orleans could potentially be. I think
New Orleans was, as we talked about last week, or I think we talked about, New Orleans was certainly, maybe not last week. New Orleans at some point was interested in Odell Beckham potentially. So and with Michael Thomas now out for the season, that would
which complicated things, trying to assess what Michael Thomas's situation was at the same time that the trade deadline is ticking down. So that certainly complicated things. And the Kansas City Chiefs. So there are a number of teams that that I'm pretty sure, more than pretty sure, that if he is available, will come and scoop him up.
Okay. All right. I dig it. New Orleans, Green Bay, and the other team that I think
we said
Raiders
make
a lot of
Green
sense.
Bay, Kansas City, New Orleans, the Seahawks. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, certainly the Packers always mentioned Seahawks could make sense.